So a simple little DM-32 or UV-32 mod for the holster, so you can fit the radio both ways, front and reverse. But you go along these lines here, like where I pre-cut. Just mark it with a Sharpie or something. So go along this top line, come to about the first curve, like right about here, come down a little bit, and then come straight across. Same thing over here. I haven't sanded this or cleaned it up yet. And then just come over here, down a little bit, come to the, put this back together so I can show you. So to the top of this curve, go straight up. Of course, cut the sides. And then the faceplate should look like this. Basic shape. But this way, you keep all the curves, and make sure you keep the little down curves like right here. That way it catches the radio. And just sand it up a little bit, clean up the edges. This was just cut using a heat knife, so it's still a little bit raw. So it's still a little bit tight right here on the bottom of the lip. The radio is still I'm trying to put the radio on backwards. So this little lip right here, right where my thumbnail is, don't mind the dirt, that's spray paint. But right there, just trim a little bit off. You could trim it or sand it down, either way. But I'm going to trim that down and then I'm going to do another test fit. Alright, so I'm almost there. I'm using a nail file. These work as pretty good little sanding sticks. But, so I got to just trim this down just a hair. Still a little bit rough, still got some stuff on it. But you're also going to want to sand this front plate on the back side. You're going to want to sand that a little bit. Otherwise the radio is going to be too tight of a fit. I'm almost there. But it's still just a little bit tight. I gotta sand it just a little bit and then it'll be a perfect fit and slide out a lot easier. Kinda hard to do this with one hand. But it's still just a hair tight. Just keep sanding right there down, right here on the inside. And then it'll be a perfect fit. And just real quick, showing you that this does face both ways still. I gotta find my tripod. See, there we go. Alright, I got the basic fit done. What it looks like. So that if you just sand the front plate, it'll stay pretty solid. You know, it'll have a little bit of retention to it. Oops, sorry about that. And then if you really want it to like slide in and out easy, that's gonna be the hard part, because you have to sand pretty much every side of the inside of this holster. You have to sand it down. And I'd say almost half of that thickness. I did it to one of my other holsters. It took a while to sand down, but it does just slide right in. This is my other one that I have modified. I got a strap glued to it so I can put my hook on. I gotta stop hitting that button. I'll probably turn this off. It's really hard to do this with one hand. Yeah, this one just slides right in and slides right out. This one you'd have to sand all the insides quite a bit, but it's doable. That's what I did here. Don't mind the ugly hot glue holding the strap on. Okay. But yeah, There we go. That's what it'll look like when it's all done, sanded. And if you want to add a strap to it or whatever, it works pretty good. It will have just a little bit of flop to it. Just remember that. But it doesn't do anything to the radio. It's harmless. It's just a little strap for the top button to hold it in. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to continue sanding this one, get it all smooth like that one. But like I said, it does take, it's like to get to this point, about 5 minutes. But if you really want to sand it down to get that loose fit like that case does, yeah, you want to spend probably about 10-15 minutes sanding this down. And every now and then when you sand it down, like after a good sanding, rinse this off, dry it off, and then do a dry fit of the radio. Get it to your specific standards, whatever. There you guys go. Quick little easy mod for the holster.